Hey, what's up guys? This is Kieran Reese, otherwise known as the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G, and I'm here to talk about how they're kind of making Amnesia Rebirth worse with the patches. Now, the game already was not in a solid state when it launched. It had a lot of issues, frame rate drops, and stuff not working right, and stuff that I'm going to go into. But they recently released a patch that actually kind of made things worse. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Case in point, this glitch right here. See, in the regular progression of the game, you're supposed to use this cylinder to cross over this gap. You turn it and you use it. And then, after you get done, you climb over the gear, and then it falls into the water. Well, here's the thing. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. When I first played this sequence, there was no cylinder because it had crashed in the water. So apparently it glitched to think that I had already crossed, thus not allowing me to cross that. I obviously didn't know this and spent like 20 minutes trying to look up what's the answer to the puzzle, tried to think I could jump on the chain and climb across it, died, and reloaded and restarted the chapter like 3 times, and then eventually I was able to get out of it by eventually loading up the chapter before that. So I lost a good deal of progress. Totally ticked me over. And that's not even the worst of it. Check this shit out. While I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to fix this problem, I fucking clipped out of the game. Look at this. And you can see I wasn't even trying. I wasn't like doing a difficult position. I just ran into the wall. There was apparently like no fucking collision on that wall. Really? And recently, they released a new patch for Amnesia that I thought would make things better. And on the surface it did. It added a cool new feature. See, in the game, you get tons of memory-based flashbacks. Like this one. That stop what you're doing and kind of make you see the plot, and while it's good, it gets kind of fucking annoying when you're trying to replay the game. Trying to get the achievements, trying to get the different endings, and trying to get shit like that. So they added a feature that lets you skip these flashbacks by holding the right trigger. But this patch actually added a lot of unintentional bullshit. Sadly, I can't even capture all of it. See, here she says Salim, and it goes off without a hitch normally, but in the post-patch game, she just it says it on a loop. Salim, Salim, Salim. And I couldn't capture that, but it fucking happened, and that's not even the worst of it. Let me show you. She gets this cool amulet she uses for most of the game. And it has this really cool scene, as you can see, where she opens it up, she looks at it, she touches it, and, I mean, it's just kind of a nice, cool thing to show her interacting with it. Well, that doesn't even work right now. Case in point. Now, obviously, your mileage varies, but when I tried to replay the game post-patch, the cutscene for the fucking amulet was all gimped. Look at this. She's not touching it properly. Her hand is clipping through it. It doesn't open in the right way. It looks like all fucked up. Hardly what a patch is supposed to do. And speaking of, new problems, here is this bullshit. See, very early on, you find this monkey. It triggers an incredibly important cutscene, which this is not, a story-related video, so I'm not going to spoil it necessarily. But it plays cutscene progresses the story. Well, after the patch, I got fucking soft-locked here. I picked up this monkey, and then just got stuck there without it, showing me the camera or playing the scene, and not letting me progress. Just looking around like a dumbass the whole fucking time. So once again, I had to quit what I was doing and start all over again. You know how frustrating that is? And that's not all. Even pre-patch, I ran into an issue in the later part of the game where there's a graph on the wall that you're supposed to see that you never popped up for me. That's supposed to help you with the puzzle. As you can see, as I turn to the left side here, there's supposed to be a graph on the left wall that tells you what's what, and it's not there, so I just walk around my head up my ass. Pretty much the only good thing that the patches have done, besides skipping cutscenes, and then it's only some, it's the flashbacks, not the actual cutscenes, is changing the loading. That was the original loading screen. Really boring looking. Just, stencils on a graph. The new loading screen that was introduced by a patch looks all creepy and appropriately eldritch. I know it's not a massive change, but it definitely strikes for the feeling of the game a whole hell of a lot more than the original one did. So the message of the day, Frictional, is get your shit together. The game already had tons of frame rate drops despite not looking good, tons of graphical glitches, clipping through walls, and shit that could soft lock your save and cost you a lot of progress. And you released a patch that added very little and fucked up a lot more. I like the game. Please fix it. Thank you. I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. I really need all the help I can get. Have a happy Halloween.